Hey, what's up guys, it's Xjaws, and today I'm bringing you a team deathmatch on Karachi. Today I'm going to be using the kill streak setup 8, 9, 11, and I'm going to be going into a pretty detailed explanation of why I'm using my gun and my perks and my kill streaks. Like I just told you, they're pretty high, and they're kind of an ambitious kill streak setup, but I'll explain it all. Just wanted to warn you guys that I'm not going to be talking so much strategy specifically for this game, but this is actually more interesting and better strategy than I give in most of my games, because most of it is specific to the gun that I'm using and the map that I'm using, but this is specific to the gun that I'm using, which you guys can use on almost any map. So that's why I think it's pretty important that you listen up and you don't ignore this video. So let's get into the details. Using the UMP-45 silenced, and the UMP, there's been some speculation that stopping power does not have an effect on it, which is not true. Actually, in close range, the UMP-45 is affected by stopping power. It'll take one less bullet at close range to kill somebody if you have stopping power. If you do not have a silencer and you have stopping power on this gun, it will kill in 2 bullets at close range, 3 at long range. If you do not have stopping power, it will kill at 3 bullets at close range and 3 bullets at long range. And the same goes kind of for with a silencer. Basically, it just takes 3 bullets at close range, 4 bullets at long range, or 4 and 4 if you don't have stopping power. So that's why it's pretty important to know what you're getting into if you're not using stopping power. So, because I'm not using stopping power, because I'm using cold-blooded, I decided that I would put on Scavenger Pro. Now, you have a choice between Scavenger Pro and Ninja Pro if you decide not to use stopping power, or at least those are my recommendations to use one of those 2 perks. And the reason being is I'm going to go contrary. Not go contrary, but I'm going to tell you that a lot of people think that a lot of people have this mentality. Sorry, I am crossing over my own words a couple times here. But a lot of people tend to say, oh, it's just 1 extra bullet. What's the big deal? I don't need Scavenger or one-man army. It's not really going to make much of a difference. Well, here's what I'm here to tell you. In between you hitting the 2nd and 3rd bullet, or if you're using the silencer, the 3rd and 4th bullet, you're going to be missing some bullets. Anywhere from 0 to 5, maybe 10 bullets. And those bullets are going to add up as you continue to get kills, which hopefully you'll be doing throughout the game, is racking up kills and kill streaks. And if you are going to be missing all those bullets in between kills, you know what's going to happen? That one-man army, not that one-man army, that Marathon Pro or whatever your first perk is, if you're not using Scavenger or one-man army, it's definitely going to be detrimental to your kill streak. So it's going to add up for sure. That's what you need to know, basically, that just that 1 or 2, or just that 1 extra bullet is going to add up and end up being a lot more bullets wasted. So, just keep that in mind and use Scavenger Pro if you decide not to use Stopping Power Pro. It's a pretty simple rule of thumb to use, and I would suggest that everybody pay attention. So, as you saw, I got my 8 kill streak set up. I got my 8 kill streak, then I got my 9 kill streak, or no, I don't know if I've gotten it yet. Actually, I think I have. I don't know, guys. I'm crossing over myself a couple times here. And I was able to pick up a precision airstrike and a Harrier, but I decided to wait to call in the Harrier because the UAV was jamming me, and I did not want to call it in blindly because I want to have that chance of getting some kills with the airstrike portion of the air support. So I called the Harrier right next to me because I was afraid of people coming up. I was a little paranoid, and there was people around me, but I wasn't able to get anyone. And this right here, that was pretty upsetting to me because I saw that guy right there as I called in the chopper gunner. But the chopper gunner is going to get shot down fast, guys. That's why I decided not to fast forward it or anything. I only get like a couple kills with it. Then it gets shot down, and the same goes for my Harrier and my Pavlo, unfortunately. As you can see, these guys are already shooting Stinger missiles at me. And I think there's something else I wanted to talk about. The Ninja Pro, I wanted to talk about it real quick. The reason I don't prestige, I said it sarcastically in my answer video. You guys said, why don't I prestige? And I answered sarcastically because I'd never use 5 classes in a single game. But the real reason, I'm going to be straight up and honest with you guys, is because I cannot go from level 1 to 30 without my Ninja Pro. And that's right, I call it my Ninja Pro because it's my baby, and I need it, and I love it, and there's nothing better in this world. No, there's no perk in this game that is better than Ninja Pro, in my opinion. If I could only have 1 perk in this entire game, Ninja Pro would for sure be it. I just cannot stand listening to my own footsteps, so I love it. So anyway, enough about that. I want to give you guys a little tip right here, and this is kind of a long tip, whatever. It's about drop shotting, and there's been, some fuss and some muss around what drop shotting is exactly. Not really about what it is exactly, but people who use it. I've actually been criticized in games not several, but I'd say 20, 30 times for drop shotting, and that is, it might not sound a lot to you for somebody who plays as much as I do, but it actually is a ton when you think about people are actually consciously saying to you that because you're doing something that helps you do better in this game, that you are inferior in any way, call you, a bad kid, or say that you're a noob, or whatever the terms these kids are using these days. But anyway, drop shotting, basically, it is almost essential to use tactical button layout. And I know some YouTubers, one comes to mind specifically right now, Tabe. If you don't know who that is, don't worry, he's just a lot more famous than me. And he says that he drop shots without tactical button layout, and I'm sure he does. And I'm sure that he had a much more difficult time getting the hang of drop shotting than me because of it. So basically, what I would recommend is that you hit start, go to options in game, and change your button layout to tactical. And basically, what you can do now with the tactical button layout versus the regular button layout is now you have the ability to shoot while you go into prone. And you couldn't do that before because you would have your while you're shooting, you wouldn't be able to move the analog stick to move around the map, like look around while you're shooting, and also press down the B button. So now you have that ability because your right thumb is already on the right analog stick in order to move from side to side. So it works out perfectly. And the tactical button layout is in there for a reason, trust me guys. So take advantage of it, use a tactical button layout, and teach yourself to drop shot. It should only take you about, I'd say 4 or 5 days max to get the hang of using the tactical button layout. It is going to feel weird and new to you, but I definitely think that'll help you out a lot. I want to reiterate one more time, guys. I didn't talk a lot of specific strategy, but everything I said in this video is much more important than the things I usually talk about in my video that are map and gun specific. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you'll use those techniques that I just told you about. Have a good day. Goodbye.